thought, do you fucking mind? Hey friends, it's Alex and welcome to my slightly late August book haul. So these are all books I got in August. I think some of them I may have got some of them like right at the start of September, but I'm pretty sure they're mostly ones I got in August. In fact, some of them definitely were at the very start of September because they're books I got for my birthday, which is the 1st of September. So I'll start with those. So my brother got me The Black Tides of Heaven by Neon Yang, which is this book. As far as I know, this book contains a non-binary character, which is partly why I was interested in it. The author is also non-binary. I don't really know much about what this one's about. I was mainly kind of drawn in by the cover, but I am excited to give it a read. It's part of a series. I believe the series is 4 books long, but it is really short. It is shorter than it looks because there's an excerpt. This is 236 pages, so it's really short, so I should be able to fly through this one when I get to it, but I don't know when that will be. And then Beth and Blue got me this graphic novel of The Secret Garden, which is my favourite book ever, and this is just so cute. Like, the art is just so pretty. Whoops. I'm just in love with this and I'm really excited to give it a read through, which I definitely will because I want to check out all of the art more. And then just kind of lumping these ones on here because Beth gave this to me on the day that I saw her for my birthday, but she passed on her arc of This Poison Heart by Kaylin Bayron to me, which I really appreciate because it is inspired by The Secret Garden, and so I've been kind of collecting editions. I have the standard UK paperback and now I have the UK arc, which I'm very grateful for. And speaking of This Poison Heart, I also picked up the Fairy Loot to double check that. The Fairy Loot edition of This Poison Heart, which is very similar, but it's got purple writing instead of green and a purple spine instead of green. It's got purple sprayed edges and it's hardback and it's purple, and I just really love it. It's very pretty. Also, I forgot to mention I have a lot of books in this book haul, so I'll probably just rush through them and leave them linked in the description if you want to find out more about what they're about. So speaking of like subscription box books, I got some other books. The August Goldsborough book is The Hand of the Sun King by TJ Greathouse, which is this. I don't know what this is about at all, but it looks very pretty and I'm intrigued to give it a try. I do like these subscriptions because it introduces me to books that I might not have picked up myself, which this is one of them because I'd never heard of it. So I'm interested to see what I would think of this one. It's also got nice stenciled edges, which I very much like. And then I have the August Illumicrate book, which is The Devil Makes 3 by Tori Bovalino. All I really know about this one is that it's dark academia. I don't read a lot of dark academia, but I have read some that I've enjoyed, so I am keen to check this one out. This edition is also stunning. Like, I am obsessed with it. I don't know how well it's coming across in camera, but it's beautiful. It's got these lovely sprayed edges. And then I have the Fairy Loot edition of one of the books and the Illumicrate edition of both of the books in the Raybearer series, so that's these. So I got the Fairy Loot edition of Raybearer last year when it came out. That may have been one of the monthly books, and they've done like a matching edition. It's the same as the standard UK cover, but they put it in hardback, which is very nice. And then they've also put these like stenciled edges on, which I really love. And I wanted to get this to match the first book. I really loved the first book. It was one of my favourites of last year, which is why I've now bought all of the editions of the second book and the first book. And I'm really excited to finally get to Redemptor. Now I have some copies. And then these are the Illumicrate editions, so they are very different, which I really like. And they've also got these really beautiful ombre edges, which I love so much. So I'm looking forward to putting these with the others. So now onto some hardcovers I got. I picked up the final book in the, I don't know what this series is called, but the first book is Serpent and Dove, and I picked up Gods and Monsters by Shelby Mahurin. I have not started this series, but Beth really loves it and she really wants me to read it, so I've obviously picked up the third book. I have the whole series now, and I like to marathon my series, which is why I hadn't picked it up before now, but now I have them all. I can hopefully get to it soon. I also picked up the latest illustrated edition of Tolkien's books. I picked up the Tales from the Perilous Realm by J.R.R. Tolkien, illustrated by Alan Lee. I already have this book in a few different editions, but I've been collecting these illustrated editions because they are stunning. And so I was really excited to add this one to my collection. This is a collection of 5 short stories by Tolkien. And then the last hardcovers I picked up are the Extraordinaries and Flashfire by T.J. Klune. I recently read The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune and absolutely adored it. It's my favourite book of the year, one of my new favourite books of all time. I am obsessed. And so now I want to read everything he's ever written, so I picked these up. They're hopefully ones I'm going to get to this month in September. So I'm very excited about that. I'm really hoping to love them, but if they're as good as The House in the Cerulean Sea, then I just absolutely will. So lastly, I have some paperbacks. I have some that I've acquired new and some that I've picked up from a charity shop. So I'll show you the charity shop ones first. So I picked up Dune Messiah by Frank Herbert. This is a sequel to Dune. I have Dune, have not read it, but I thought I may as well pick this up when I saw it there for like £2.50. Why not? I have heard really good things about Dune, so I'm really excited to finally get to this series. I also picked up Catwoman Soul Stealer by Sarah J Maas. I had this a while ago and I got rid of it because I'm not really interested in the DC superheroes, but I just saw it there and thought, do you fucking mind? It's tiny. But I just saw it there and thought I may as well pick it up because I love Sarah J Maas and I'll read it, and I don't know, maybe I'll just get rid of it again, who knows. And then the last book I picked up from the charity shop is The Clocks by Agatha Christie. This is a Poirot mystery. I have not started the Poirot series, but every time I go in I just check for Agatha Christie books because they're so popular, so it just seems likely that there'll be one in every now and then, and there was, and I picked it up, and it's in the editions that I want to collect of the Poirot series, which was perfect, so I had to buy it. This is like really far down in the series, it's like right at the end, so I won't get to this one for ages, but I got it for a super cheap price, so I can't complain. And then I have my final stack of books. These are like paperbacks that I either bought from Waterstones or were just passed to me by friends. So I have a few that were passed to me by friends, both by Beth actually. I have Blackout, which is a little short collection of love stories, and they're written by Donny L. Clayton, Tiffany D. Jackson, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas, Ashley Woodfolk and Nicola Yoon. The only one of those I've not heard of is Ashley Woodfolk, so I'm excited to read this. I've heard really good things from a lot of my friends. They've all really enjoyed it, so I'm really excited to pick this one up. Beth also passed on to me a copy of Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. I've heard lots of really good things about this. As far as I know, it's about like performative activism, and I'm really excited to give it a read. I feel like it might be quite an important book at the moment. So I got a copy of As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson, which is the third book in the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. I don't know if that's the name of the series, but that's the name of the first book. I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder a couple of years ago now and absolutely loved it. It was amazing. I have not yet carried on, but I now have the full trilogy. I believe it's just a trilogy. So I really want to get on with this one soon. I picked up the Falling in Love Montage by Kira Smith, I think. I wanted to buy this a couple months ago and they didn't have it in stock, so when I saw that it was in Waterstones this time I snatched it up. As far as I know, this is just a love story and I'm really excited to read it. It's a sapphic love story, which is one of the things that's making me so excited to read it. I hope to get to it soon. I picked up a couple of other sapphic love stories. This one I literally just picked up because it's sapphic. Never heard of it before, but I just saw it on the Waterstones table and I was like, yes, I'm buying that. And that is Never Kiss Your Roommate by Philine Harms, and I believe this was originally published on Wattpad and is now being turned into a novel, and I'm just really excited to read more sapphic books. That's the whole reason I picked this one up. And then I've also got Afterlove by Tanya Byrne. Beth has recently read this one and she really loved it, and now I'm really excited to read it and see what I think of it. Once again, I don't really know much about this, but I believe it's kind of set in the afterlife, which sounds really interesting and I'm really intrigued. I also picked up this book. I didn't know it was coming out. I didn't know that the author was writing another book at all. I just saw it in Waterstones and was like, yes, I need to grab that just because I enjoyed her books in the past. And it is The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins. This is her second like horror-y type book. The first one was There's Someone Inside Your House, which I feel like a lot of people didn't really love, but I'm not much of a horror reader, so it was actually like perfect for me because it wasn't too scary. So I'm excited to read this one. It is really, really short. It's like 220 pages, so hopefully I will fly through it. And yeah, I'm hoping it's just a bit of fun. Like, I'm not expecting it to be amazing or anything. I just, you know, fun, easy read every now and then. Why not? And the last book I picked up in August is The Quick by Lauren Owen. I'm reading this as part of a book club I'm doing with my friends, and I'm already 150-ish pages in. I'm enjoying it so far. It's about vampires and it's set in Victorian England. The first part was like a little bit set in Yorkshire and then moved into London, and so far it's stayed in London and I'm enjoying it so far. It's very different from what I normally read, but I am enjoying it more than I thought I would, so it's been a pleasant surprise in that way, and I'm excited to see where the story goes and what I think of it. So those were all the books I got in August. I did not do well with not buying many books in August. I kind of went a little bit mad. But hopefully this month it'll settle back down again. I'm trying to reduce my TBR, which is not going super well at the minute, but hopefully I'll get there one day. So yeah, like I said, that's my August TBR. Let me know if there are any of these books I should be prioritising, which books you love and all that. Feel free to let me know what you hauled in August as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!